Hey YouTube, Sam here. I know this is not a video about all the junk I have piled up in my corner of my basement. This is about this 2x4s right here. Now I actually got these. They're used. Part of them were in the wall of my house at one time. There was some stuff down here already in the basement that had been done that I've redone, and some of it's stuff that I've cut other parts from lengths of new boards. Anyhow, what I'm doing with this is making a kind of a loft bed for my son. Now I made one very similar to this for my daughter, but it actually lifted up like, I don't know, close to 5 feet in there, probably a little bit more than that because she can walk underneath it. Anyhow, so I'm going to build this one pretty similar because I do know that one's she's been climbing in and out of that and up and down and playing around on it for several years now, so it's strong enough. And this one's only going to be about 30 inches off the ground, so you can make this about as tall as you'll have to obviously cut the lengths to whatever size you want. What I'm doing is building the legs here, and unfortunately I don't have my tripod, so I'm going to try and set you up so I can kind of give you an idea. And two shorter ones. The shorter ones are actually going to be the length of wherever I want the bed sitting on top of, plus 2x4. Now I cut these right at 30 inches because it doesn't really matter exactly where it ends up at. So I'm going to have 30 inches plus I'm going to put another one on it. So basically the legs will become 4x4s, and this piece here will actually be where the inside of the bed will kind of lay down. This is just kind of a test to see if this is going to work in my son's bedroom right now. So I'm kind of using, like I said, some reclaimed wood best I can. And my son's a little older, so I'm not too worried about him getting a sliver here and there or something on it. You would definitely want to sand this down really good and paint it and all that, which we'll probably paint it later if we decide it's working for us. So I kind of rounded over the corners on all the edges here. Yet again, this for a real young one, you'd have to do a lot more than this. I'm just doing this to kind of get some of the bigger slivers off the corners, keep the bottom part here from chipping out a whole bunch on the floor. Something else I did, I took the screws, screwed a couple at the bottom, and it did crack a little bit. Now you could glue and screw this if you want, but this is plenty for me. You guys choose what you want to do. But I did take the screws and put one here, one here, one here, one, you know, went back and forth to keep it from rocking too much. Yet again, these are not perfectly straight or by any means. But what I did is I actually put the screws on the inside, so when you see the leg, there's no screws in it at all. That way it just kind of keeps it a little bit cleaner from the outside. Cases of measure twice, cut once. I don't know what I did. I messed up my measurements by a bit. First of all, I think when I did it, I planned on the bed sitting directly on here, not thinking about the extra 2x4s that were going to be here and here, lifting the bed up even further. That I know I screwed up on, because this is the size of the bed from here to here. But I think that'll work fine. I don't need this to go up as far as I thought I did anyway. So I'm just taking 6 inches off the bottom of all these legs. I have put this bed also together, and it was too long, so a couple of my measurements were wrong. So just one of those things, thought I'd put it in the video. Measure twice, cut once, and even though and I'm just going to make this one of my long ones. I was going to make a short one out of it, but I decided that one and this one are the better looking ones. I'll make some long ones out of them. I just got my trusty square here, got it set so it does the 45. Put it on there, mark it, take the chop saw, cut out the long ones and several of these short ones. And to cut that, I just took the chop saw to it, took it, actually flip this piece around, put the marking piece, I use the same piece to mark each time, put that up like that, marked it, and then cut it again. That way you don't have to move this back and forth to do that. Most people know that. Just a little too much. I'm going to pre-drill these, otherwise they definitely will split. And basically I just got my drill here and I'm kind of doing a pocket hole-esque thing. Start it out straight and then you're going to take it and drill it all the way through. Have this cut down to the size I want. I've actually shortened the two side pieces because I made it too long. Anyhow, so we're kind of back on track here. Now this is what I'm considering the headboard part. This is going to be up against the wall. And I've already put this one together to give you kind of an idea what it'll look like. And basically you just have your legs on either side and your cross piece just sits right on top of the 2x4 like that, and I put a couple screws in here for now. So that's kind of what we're doing. I'm going to get both those done. I'm going to put the side stretchers on the exact same way, only it'll go from the corner here to the corner on the back one, which will put a side stretcher frame of it right there. Now on the bottom of the bed there, you can see there is the very long stretchers that kind of go across the bed. Now if you didn't have those, there's a couple ways you could go about this, because I do know that not everybody's going to have an air bed. They might just have a box spring, or maybe even just putting a mattress. That's what we did in my daughter's room, just put a mattress on the top. But what I did is put a piece of plywood over all this on my daughter's, a 4x8 sheet. And then her bed was small enough, actually, the bed actually didn't even cover the whole area. There's like an outer space where she has place where she can put stuff, but that's a whole nother story. Anyhow, a piece of plywood across here, but you may want to also put a couple more 2x4s across, like stretchers, kind of basically to hold up the weight. But for this is, I think that there will take care of the weight issues I may have. If not, I may throw a couple 2x4s across there just to help. But there's I did have a problem with my camera shutting off. I noticed when I was doing the cross braces here, or these angled corner braces, and there's the long ones I did up front there, and then in each of the other corners, I did the smaller ones like that. So that just kind of helps it from, you know, rocking this way or rocking that. Kind of the whole thing. I'm pretty happy with it. He's jumped up and down on it a few times. You might have to watch he doesn't smack his head on that, because it is still a little bit taller than I was hoping. I may end up having to get rid of this and just put a piece of board on there. Here's an update here. The bed we decided was just too tall, but we need those legs to be at least that high to get the stuff under it that we want. So what I went ahead and did is took apart that top piece that had the whole frame basically that went underneath the bed. I took these 4 pieces, they look like that, and I went ahead and put a 2x4 across here. There's another one going across here, and I don't have enough 2x4s. I might put another one across here, but right now this is all I have to get this done. And I have taken and kind of screwed that in to all the spots with these 2 here anyway so far. So basically it's kind of like if you put boards across there. I've pushed on it, sat on it, messed around with it, and it seems plenty strong enough to hold me, so it should definitely hold my son. There it is, all said and done. So hopefully it'll be a little bit more useful. Why we did it here, so we can get all his stuff up underneath here, and there's room for a lot more. I just kind of shoved a bunch of stuff underneath there to make sure things would fit, but luckily that measurement now is correct and I can get all the stuff in underneath there I want. Alright, this is Sam, Jack of all, master of none. You all have a good one.